There is something about being a man that makes you confident that you could do anything, but have no evidence to back it up. Welcome back, everybody, to the Detour podcast. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday morning. I do apologize about last week's episode. It came out in the evening. Sometimes my schedule gets so whacked up that it makes it hard to get it done. And sometimes I just can't come up with, something interesting to talk about. But here we are, another week, another fun time with yours truly. I kind of wanted to, again, touch base upon why men are so delusional that they can do certain things, like land a plane, right? But before we do get into that, I got back from Oregon. Pretty fun. We went to the beach. I got fish and chips. We then went to Salem. We went to Eugene to go see the Oregon Duck Stadium. Kind of cool. Just kind of fun to be out, but it was also really nice to get home. Arlo had his very first time at the ocean, so that was really exciting. He was a little nervous about the waves, but then kind of slowly started to kind of overcome that fear. So other than that, it was, it's kind of fun. Life returned to normal. I talked a lot about Japan, and I've been thinking recently about pushing it off to 2028. Just because I realize that it's kind of hard to try to do big trips every year. If I start making more money, then I'll definitely hit every year, but I might just end up doing 2028 Japan and make it a bigger thing, or maybe save more and I could do multiple trips in 2028. Because I also want to go to England to go watch a football match and just, see the sights. My mom was saying she wanted to go, so we might go together. Kind of fun. Other than that, I don't know. Not much has been going on in my week. 75 hard, I'm pretty sure I failed that, so I'll have to kind of get back on and then possibly restart once the 75 days are over. I really haven't done anything. I used to read, don't read. I haven't practiced guitar since I got the guitar. It's been kind of sluggish, but we all make mistakes. Here we are. Now, to jump right into the delusion of men, right? Because everyone has their own delusions. Women have their own delusions. But I'm only going to speak on, what the delusions of men are, as I am one. The first one I'd like to talk about, which I actually just said, is why do men think they could definitely land a plane? Like, if the plane's going down, what makes you think you could land it, right? I mean, if it's like a steady descent where I have some time to kind of figure out, all right, this is how this is what basically the steering wheel, I don't know the terminology, but this is how you steer, you can get it stabilized a little bit. This is how to slow it down, we'll do whatever, but I don't know, it'd be a crash land for sure. So, I don't know. And I feel like any guy you could probably ask and they think they could land a plane. Like, I think I would, I don't know. When certain things happen, like, let's say my computer's not working right, I kind of panic. I'm not like a computer whiz and can figure it out. But then what makes me think I could be, Maverick from Top Gun? If I'm freaking out about my computer. Delusions. I don't know. Let's actually look into that. I wonder if there's like a study done. Let's see. Okay. Nearly half of all surveyed men, around 46 to 50%, believe they can land a commercial passenger plane in an emergency. This is vastly higher than roughly 16 to 20% of women who feel the same. Wow. A commercial plane. That's massive. I'm thinking like one of those, what are they called? Dinghies? Or is that a boat? The smaller planes? Let's see. All right. 20% of men were very confident in this poll they could land a passenger plane. 26% were somewhat confident. By contrast, only 7% of women were very confident. That's 13% more of men were very confident they could land a plane. Psychologists often point to the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias where people with limited knowledge or experience in a specific domain greatly overestimate their own competence. Yeah. I mean, just hearing all my friends and stuff going to pilot school, that doesn't sound like it's, the easiest thing. It seems scary. Like Tanner, he just landed his first solo flight. He said he was nervous, the entire week he couldn't sleep, leading up to it. So that's a small plane by yourself. Now you're landing a commercial plane with a bunch of people. Nuts. Let's see. Simulated reality checks. When university researchers put this confidence to the test in actual flight simulators, untrained volunteers struggled immensely, while modern airliners have an auto-land feature. Activating it requires deep, specific knowledge of cockpit instruments, radio frequencies, and instrument landing systems that lay people, I don't know what lay people is, simply do not possess. Pilots train for thousands of hours and log hundreds of flight hours to earn their certifications. So movies are lying to us. It's not as easy as it seems. And it seems like the plane will help out a lot. But if you don't know what you're doing, obviously you're not going to know crap. So that is what it is. I definitely don't think I could do it. After kind of going into about this, I didn't even think I could do it to begin with. I don't think I'm that confident to overestimate my skill when it comes to that crap. I would definitely try. If there's no other option, who wouldn't try? But yeah, don't overestimate your value when it comes to situations like that, men. All right, next one. Hear this all the time. I could fight a wild animal. Yeah. Men watch one UFC fight and think they could survive against a gorilla. What is going on here? It's like once the adrenaline kicks on, you are an anime character. That's not how it works. You're going to get mauled by anything. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to search up what the most common animal a male thinks they can beat is. Let's see if I can word that correctly. They could be in a fight. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Men. Which of the following animals do you think you could defeat in a fight if you were unharmed? Let's see. Wildlife experts say you should give it your all if you find yourself in a brawl with a large animal. It takes major confidence to believe you win. More people thought they had a decent shot against a gorilla or crocodile, which is crazy. On the flip side, only 72% believe they could beat a rat in an unarmed fight. So this is what the percentage of the study shows. 72% think they could beat a rat, 69 a house cat, 71 a goose, 49 a medium-sized dog, 30% an eagle, 23% a large dog, 17% a chimpanzee, 50% a king cobra, 14% a kangaroo, 12 a wolf, 9 crocodile, 8 gorilla, 8 elephant, 8 lion, 6 grizzly bear. First of all, I think you could probably beat a rat and not get harmed. There's no way you're going to beat a cat and it not get you, scratch you or anything. Have you ever tried petting one? Imagine if you went in faster, they'd probably react way quicker. Medium-sized dog, definitely. Geese are terrifying. If you've seen them chase people, I wouldn't want to try to fight a goose. But But let's move on to what I think. I'm just going to talk about the animals that I think are just outrageous. I really don't think you could beat at all. An eagle. First of all, that dude could see you from miles away. You're done. Do you know how big eagles can be? I'm pretty sure the golden eagle is bigger than the bald eagle. That's kind of scary to have this big eagle coming after you. Now, it flies after you, and the first thing that it's going to hit you with is its talons. How are you swinging at talons? You're not. You're getting scratched up, and you're going to become eagle feed, man. Next, a chimpanzee. No one in their right mind would beat a chimpanzee. Let's see the difference between a chimpanzee and an adult male in strength. Chimpanzees, pound for pound, are 1.35 to 1.5 times stronger than humans. And you think we could survive unscathed? Let's see. Let's see more information about it, shall we? They have fast twitch. Let's see. Muscle is divided into two major fibers. Fast twitch fibers generate explosive power and speed, and slow twitch, better for endurance. Chimpanzees have roughly twice the proportion of fast twitch fibers in their muscles compared to humans, allowing them to exert maximum force in sudden bursts, which is ideal for swinging through trees and fighting. Wow. Let's see. Yes, we don't have incredible power because we change it for control and stamina. Our brain prevents us from fully activating all of our muscle fibers at once to protect our tendons and joints from damage. Chimpanzees lack the same restrictive neutral braking, meaning they can tap into their raw explosive strength more wildly when needed. Evolution traded raw chimpanzee strength for human endurance. I don't really care about that. Let's see. A chimp's grip. Keep this if you think you could beat a chimp. A chimpanzee's grip can exceed 400 pounds of force, whereas the average adult human's grip is between 100 to 130 pounds. The only time I ever did a grip strength test, I had like a 170 something, which is, I mean, it's pretty good. I won the competition I did a half marathon with Gavin, and we were doing the May the 4th, and they were having this thing, and if you won, you get like free PT lessons. Somehow I ended up winning, which is crazy. Let's see. In pushing, pulling, and jumping tasks, a chimpanzee outperforms a human of similar size by about 35 to 50%. So, needless to say, you're screwed if you think you could beat a chimpanzee. Moving on. Where's my list? Where'd it go? All right. Kangaroo. You're done. There's a few people who have done it. I think when it comes to that case, I don't know if you could beat a kangaroo in a fight. You might be able to escape a fight unscathed, but I doubt you're beating them in a fight, let alone walking out unscathed if you decide to fight them. A wolf, you're 100% dying. If it's an unarmed one, you're dead. Crocodile, you're dead. Gorilla, all right, now think ape, but 4 times the size and more aggressive. You're dead. An elephant, won't even go there. Lion, the king of the jungle. Come on. And a grizzly bear. Those things are terrifying. So I think you're delusional if you think you could beat any animal like that in a fight, knowing the difference between your strength and theirs. So, yes. Again, don't overestimate what you can do. Let's see. Oh, wow. Let's see. I don't know if I agree with this one, so we're just going to move on because it's just kind of, it's talking about like one good workout changed my life. Oh, working out. And then you get super delusional like, oh, and I feel strong. I'm huge. And then there's this one dude at my gym. I mean, he's got muscle, but he's very lean and small compared to me. But the way he walks, he does have a decent back, but he walks like this. all around, and he always is wearing a tank top, and I'm just like, ugh. There's some kids that come and they think they're just the crap, and I'm like, just focus on your workout. Nobody cares about what you look like other than you. All right. I could survive the apocalypse. Now, I'm going to agree with this one. If it's zombie apocalypse, yes. If it's a nuclear apocalypse, I don't know. But I'll get on with this and I'll tell you why I think I could survive a zombie apocalypse, okay? Let's see. Yeah, it's typically... Let's go with the zombie apocalypse one, because there's some examples and stuff here. A lot of people think they could do it, and they don't know any like tips about, not even tips, but like basic necessities of how to like survive in the wild. You don't know how to go camping. You don't know how to ration your food. You think you could survive, but you don't have weapons. You don't have things to purify water. Like, brother, you're stressed at Costco and you think you're gonna survive some zombies, right? Yes, I don't have everything, but I have thought, because growing up, I've always been like terrified of zombies. So I've always kind of like daydreamed and thought, okay, if a zombie apocalypse happens today, what is the first thing I'm going to do, right? So then I'm trying to think about what I have in my house, or, what I can use for defense, or, okay, when I get back, what is the first thing I'm going to pack? Like, where do I go? What do I do? Am I trying to contact people? Like, what's happening? And I think that's the reason I'd probably survive a lot longer than most, just because, I feel like in certain situations I'm not super dumb, but I know, like, okay, I got some kitchen knives, I got a pocket knife, all right, let me get some, I have batteries, let me get some batteries, let me get, let me dress in pants and boots and like whatever. Let me just get what I would think would make it the easiest to survive, especially outside. Take it with me and then go, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I've thought about that a lot more than people who just be like, well, if a zombie comes and gets me, then I'll just, throw hands with it and take it down. But you'll probably be struck with fear, and there'll probably be more than one. And we all live in like the suburbs in the city, unless you're like out on a farm. So, right? So that's one of those things is I've definitely thought about it. I don't think I would survive to the end by myself, but I definitely think I could get to a point where I've made it out, and maybe it's the main character like syndrome or whatever that people have in them, but where I could at least make it to like the woods, and then that'd be like, all right, this is what we're doing type thing. So I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Most people don't know how to cook basic things. They rely too much on not social media, my bad, like electronics and crap like that. And I fall victim to that as well. But at the same time, it's okay to be a little delusional, because maybe that delusion is the reason you survive. So just saying, you'll see me out there thriving as you're a zombie. Oh my gosh. She definitely likes me. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many times that I have come across like a girl in the past where just because she's friendly, I think, oh dude, I think she's cute. She's being very nice to me. Maybe she thinks I'm cute too. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm totally in. But then I'm too chicken to talk to her. But yeah, it's like eye contact lasts 4 seconds. Or not even 4 seconds, sorry, 0.4 seconds. She smiles at you, asks how you're doing, laughs at a joke you might make, whatever. Hospitality, like they're just being nice, right? Then you're like, dude, she totally wants me. Maybe I should go for it. No. She's just trying to be nice. Unless she specifically makes it known that she likes you, she's just trying to be nice. So maybe back it up, because then you start to kind of creep people out. That's all that needs to be said about that one. I could go pro if I started earlier. Yes. We're all delusional. I'm delusional too about sports. I feel like all right, I'm starting to pick up soccer pretty good. I'm starting to get this and that. Maybe if I practice all the time, I could be professional, or I could see all the way these people juke and do trick shots and crap like that on social media. I'm like, oh, I could probably do that. I have no soccer experience whatsoever other than playing one season of indoor soccer, and I was more on defense because I didn't know how to juke people out. I was barely good at passing, and I couldn't even shoot the ball. So yeah, every person who does sports believes that they almost had an NBA career. They almost made it into the NFL. They could have been in MLB. They could have done this and could have done that, but it wasn't meant to be. No, you just didn't have what it takes to do it, because if you thought you almost had it, you would be dedicating like your entire life to the sport. At least most people do that. So rethink that, man. Streamer potential. I guess I could go pro is not necessarily just sports, but like I could have a career in it. I could make music. I could be, this and this if I just started earlier, which is true. Like, I definitely believe that from now, let's say, only if I started 4 years ago, I could have been something, right? There's a really good chance you probably could have if you were consistent with it the entire 4 or 5 years, right? But there's no point in dwelling in the past, because that's what I thought of. Like, I used to make YouTube videos in high school, and I've been out for like 7 years now, and I made them before I even went in. So it's been like 10, 11 years since I've made videos. The vlogs I used to make kind of got some things, but I wasn't really consistent enough, and it kind of got hard because vlogging, you kind of really need time and money to be able to do anything interesting that people would watch. And then I kind of would like bounce around, like I did a Risk More channel. I mean, it's kind of cool. I might post on that one again, so check that out, Risk More. But it's about like pushing your boundaries, and I really didn't make too many videos beyond that. And now I'm here, and the only consistent thing I've done is this podcast where I post every single week for I don't know how many months. I've been doing it since August of 2025. So I know. We're here. We're making it. This is the one thing I believe I could truly make. But yeah, sometimes I feel like, because my vlog channel I had, I've only made videos on it. I mean, it has about as many followers, like subscribers, as we have on here. And I thought maybe I could have been something if I did it, but there's no point in reminiscing on that and thinking, oh, what if? Because there's a good chance I probably wouldn't have, because I didn't have the discipline, or the drive or whatever. And that's why I feel like, this will make it, because I do have the drive. I do have the discipline. I really do feel like, I'm posting consistently, coming up with ideas. I'm trying to be as engaging as possible, right? So I feel like it's just, you got to focus on now and not the what ifs or the could have beens, because there's a good chance, unless you literally were given the opportunity, like, here's your whatever, and then you got hurt. Oh, I could have had that career. You probably couldn't have. Sorry to burst your bubble of delusion. Oh my gosh. This purchase will change my entire life. From a hoodie to a game to shoes to who else knows. Like, you really think, oh man, I probably shouldn't get that shirt, but I really do like that shirt, and I feel like it'll make me more confident, and maybe more people will notice me, and X, Y, and Z. No, dude. Like, yeah, I'm entering a new era. My new chapter has come, and I need to get this to match my chapter, to let go of the old me and let it die, because this new person's coming out. Dude, no. You're going to be the exact same person whether or not you have that shirt. So, sorry. I don't know. So, those are some of the biggest ones that I kind of wanted to talk about. Let's see if there's anything that I didn't put on my list. Let's see. Let's see. I don't need instructions. Oh, I could figure it out. No. Let's see. Oh, I totally could go 1-to-1 with the pros. I'm just as good as a professional athlete. No. Overestimating how strong you are and how much weight you could lift. Ego lifting gets you hurt, my dude. Don't do it. Never asking for directions even though you're directionally challenged. Luckily, I am not afraid to ask. Assuming a physical task will take a fraction of the time it actually requires. Oh, we could crack this on 30 minutes. 2 hours later. Yeah. Oh my gosh, multitasking. I fall short of this all the time. Believing you could seamlessly Believing you could seamlessly host a large event, cook a massive multi-course meal, and entertain guests without a hitch, often underestimating the necessary preparation and timing. Pause. I have this weird thing where like the smell of smoke or paper or something makes it hard for me to breathe, and I just cook chicken, and it's kind of giving that smell. Like I can't breathe through my nose. My body just kind of like stops it. So I'm having a hard time breathing at this moment, but don't mind that. I definitely think, especially in your day, let's just say like the day in general, when I get home from work, I think, okay, I could definitely do my clothes. I could probably clean up the apartment a little bit. I'm going to go donate plasma. I'll take Arlo out. I'll go to the gym. I'll be able to read. And I'll be able to go to bed on time. I won't be able to do, I would say 3/4 of that, and I still don't get to bed on time. So, cooking. Oh my gosh. When you look at something and you think you can cook it, but it requires like actual practice and like years of work. I've been a victim of that as well. So some of those things, just try to keep realism in your mind when you're going over certain things, right? I definitely think there's a lot that we could do first go. I know a lot of people who are really good at picking things up, and when they start something new that they're just really good at it. Sometimes I can be that way, but I feel like you can't let that go to your head, right? So let's get right into the hot take of the week. And don't scratch your eye, buddy. The hot take, and if I have any detours that happened in my week. So, detours. No, other than the fact that my car needs to be registered this month, I have to get an oil change. My tire pressure sensor, I think, is broken, so I need to do that before I even get it registered. It's over 100,000 miles, so I got to take it in to get the general test done to see if there's anything I need to fix. That's really pressing me, so I think that's the only detour that I kind of have had in this week. And any terms for hot takes? I don't know. Not any that I've been thinking about recently, but here's one. Coconut flavoring is disgusting 99% of the time. Or coconut in general. I'm not a huge fan of coconut water, coconut shavings, coconut flavoring. The only thing I like that's kind of coconut flavoring is if I go to Swig and I get the Malibu, which is Dr. Pepper with a little bit of coconut, vanilla, and I'll add cherry in it, because the coconut's so minute that it adds like a pina colada-esque thing to it. But most coconut things are disgusting. And I definitely think that's a personal thing. I don't think you're delusional if you like coconut. I just think coconut's disgusting. So you can suck on that one, coconut lovers. Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the weekly episodes that we got here on the podcast. And if you didn't like it, just do it anyways. Why not? Support me, and I'll support you, right? Friendly PSA for everybody. I am trying to get my guests, Gavin and Tanner, when they come back on, to get wedgied. I'll definitely probably get wedgied again with them, because it seems like, it's a thing. So maybe depending on who the guest is, that might just be a welcome thing of like, all right, you just got to get wedgied on the channel. But we're gonna bring some more wedgies back and make them a little bit spicier than the last one was. If you're listening on Spotify, or if you're watching as well on Spotify, please follow and leave a rating. Show that we're the best up and coming podcast that there is. I know it is hard to just shout from the rooftops that you love the Detour podcast and you love me, but when you do it, you'll feel liberated, and then you'll realize other people won't think you're crazy because they love us too. They love what we got going on this channel, and you guys make that happen. So I love you all so much. Again, just if anything, just tune in next week. Don't miss next week's episode. They just get better and better every single freaking week. And much love, everybody. Peace out.